What's up? What's good? What's going on? It's your boy Jay Craft with the Texas Eagles podcast, coming to you with another quick episode. I ain't got long to tell you what's going on. Now, do me a favor, if you like the Eagles, you rock with this channel, do me a favor. Let's go and get this out the way and smash that like button. It's right over there. I'm looking dead at it. And I definitely appreciate you helping me bring more free content to you. Now, this will be the power ranking segment going into week 15. And let's look at the Pete Prisco's power rankings and also PFT power rankings, and lastly, Fox Sports power rankings, how they are measuring teams and how they're going up. Now, what we're here for is the Texas Eagles podcast power rankings, which I will do the top 14 teams that's in the playoffs right now and how they got here from last week based on the results they did. Now, coming up from the number 2 spot last week to the number 1 spot will be the LA Rams, because they are the most consistent playoff team right now and playing. They're also sitting in the number 1 seed of the NFC. Falling down from the number 1 spot to the number 2 spot is the Broncos, and how they got there is the fashion that they won the game against the last place Raiders, bringing it down to a 1-score game, and the score was 24-17 last week. So based on the power ranking, it fell just one spot. Up from the number 7 spot to the number 3 spot would be the Green Bay Packers, that are starting to get their stuff together, and they shut down the Chicago Bears in their loss. So they move all the way up to the number 3 spot in the power rankings. Number 4 would be the Patriots. They held the same position at the number 4 spot. They had their bye week, so let's see how they come out of their bye week and perform this upcoming weekend to determine how they go into week 16. Number 5 is Seattle, based on they held their position at their spot in the number 5 seed as they did last week, but they still lack playoff experience based on the new team forming with Sam Darnold. Let's see how they do when some real competition comes. Up from the number 8 spot to the number 6 spot is the Texans, the Houston Texans, because how the fashion that they knocked the Chiefs off and ruined the Chiefs' playoff hopes. Because now the Chiefs have to try to win out to even get a chance at picking at the number 7 seed. But the Texans snuck in and got the number 7 seed, and let's see if they hold on to it, which they shouldn't have no problem. The number 7 spot, coming all the way from the number 11 spot last week, is the number 7 Buffalo Bills, based on how they were able to do the comeback win in Cincinnati and take them boys down. So they are seeming to be a tough playoff-ready team, and let's see how they do when the playoff comes. Falling from the number 3 spot down to the number 8 spot is Chicago Bears, based on that tough loss they did and how they didn't let the Green Bay Packers didn't let them run all over them like they did my Eagles. So, but they did fall from grace from the number 3 spot down to number 8. The Steelers are coming in at number 9, based on because they hold the number 4 seed in the AFC, and Aaron Rodgers is starting to get his crew ready for the playoff, and they're starting to rise and peak at the right time. Number 10 spot is coming up from the number 15 spot last week is the Jacksonville Jaguars, because the fashion of how they knocked the Colts off, knocked their quarterback out the game, made the Colts have to call in somebody that's 44 years old and just as old as me, and it's crazy. So based on how they knocked the Colts down, and now the Colts are probably ain't gonna make the playoffs with their remaining schedule, especially with Phillip Rivers, who hadn't played in like 4 or 5 years. So let's see what happens with these Jaguars. They seem like they for real. Now, coming up from the number 16 spot all the way to the number 11 spot this week is the Chargers, because of the fashion that they beat the Eagles in overtime, 22-19. So hats off to them. They deserve their flowers, because the quarterback had a bad hand and he still found a way to scramble and beat the Eagles, even though he got sacked 7 times. So that showed that they are a tough team to be reckoned with. Number 12 spot is holding up. They had a bye week, is the 49ers. So they're holding their position from last week on the power ranking. And let's see how they come out the bye week going into getting ready for the playoffs. Number 13, the Eagles fell all the way from number 6 spot last week down to number 13, because they have lost 3 in a row and they did it to themselves. And my advice to Kevin Patullo, everybody's calling for your head, sir. I would say get up in the booth, give yourself a different look of the field, a good different look of the bird's eye view. You'll be up there with Vic Fangio and everything, and see if give you a different outlook of seeing everything on the field and how everything looks. And last question: can Vic Fangio call offensive plays? I don't know. You need to ask him. But coming in at the number 14 spot is a tie between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions. Even though the Detroit Lions are currently not in the playoffs, we're going to see what they do this week to get themselves positioned in the playoffs. But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers fell so far because of who they lost to, which was the New Orleans Saints. And they fell all the way down to bring out the last spot. But they still currently holding the seed in the playoffs. And they got some guys coming back from injury. So let's see if they can right the ship and get back into more playoff contention. Get their team in playoff ready. So there you have it, my top 14 teams getting ready for the playoffs and getting ready for this weekend to see what happens on this week 15 as we get ready to go through December and get everybody ready. Do me a favor, like, share, subscribe, and like Stephen A. say, the list is fluid. The list is fluid. So next week will be another arrangement, and let's see who move up or down in the power ranking. And until then, let me know your thoughts. Like, share, subscribe, and tune to the Texas podcast for more extended coverage. I'll talk to you guys later. Let's go.